after not making it to the podium finish in the just concluded World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Surulere landed in China for another Diamond League meeting where she's actually looking for points to get it to the end of the year, and that's a good one for Surulere. On that note, I will be welcoming you to Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. A good one for Surulere for her going to examine Diamond League in China, looking for all the points she can get. And to tell you the truth, she's one of our brightest long jumper in this country for Surulere. Good one for her. Good one for every other athlete right there who participated at the World Athletics Championship in Budapest. Okay, before we talk about Surulere proper, let's start with this story. It concerns the minister, that is this Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Senator John Enoh, or who actually has restricted that the facility in Lagos, that is the National Stadium in Lagos, he will do everything within his power to see that he brings that that edifice, that particular stadium back to his feet, back to its glorious days, back to where it used to be. If you go to the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos, it's in a very, very, very sorry state. It's in a state where you ask yourself question: was it this place that was used for the Ghana-Nigerian 2000, where Nigeria actually played against Cameroon? And you ask yourself, what is going on? And when it comes to maintenance culture in this part of the world, in fact, we are at zero level. We don't have maintenance culture, because some of these edifices are supposed to be maintained very well, keep them in shape, keep them proper. But if you go to the National Stadium in Lagos, it's in a very bad shape. It's in a kind of a state where you ask yourself question, what is going on? But the new Minister of Sports, John Enoh, has said he's going to bring back that building, that stadium, back to its feet, back to its glory days, back to where it used to be, back to what we know the National Stadium Surulere to be. And if he can actually do this, it's a good one, because we need all of our facilities to be better, because these are some of the things that aids athletes to do well, that aids footballers, players, athletes, and what have you, our boxers, everyone who is a sportsman, a sportswoman. When the facilities are there and they are of good quality and standard, and when they use them, it's a good one. When they go outside the shores of this country, when they see some of these facilities, you know, at times facility alone can make you to lose a particular match or a sport, because when you see some facilities that are better than the one you are used to, you are not used to them, it frightens you, and before you know it, you fizzle out and you lost. It's not that you don't know the sport or you don't know what to do, but because you are not used to that kind of facilities, and then you just lost your self-confidence. But if we can actually have this edifice back to its good state, to its state where it used to be, and even better than the previous state of that stadium, we will be very happy. Every one of us will be very happy that the minister has actually done a very, very good job, and now he has made that commitment that he's going to restore the glory of that edifice, that infrastructure, back to where it used to be. And we hope and pray that now that the minister has said so, he should just match his words with action. As you can see on your screen, the sorry state of that, if I should show some images of that stadium, you will be calling, in fact, you will not like what you see. But a good one that the minister himself went there to inspect the stadium, and then he has made that commitment that he's going to restore the glory of that infrastructure back to where it used to be. So, Minister, please do this, and all Nigerians will be very, very happy. Okay, let's leave the minister and the edifice in Lagos and go straight to the Diamond League, where I actually started from, talking about S.A. Brume, who is in China right now for the Diamond League. She is a three-time World Athletics Championship indoor and outdoor medalist, who is also seeking to become the second Nigerian to compete in the final of the Diamond League meeting. She was confirmed for this Xiamen China meeting. That was this meeting will be coming up this weekend, and for S.A. Brume, these are some of the events he used in getting points, and he wants to be in the Diamond League final. We know that the likes of Toby Amuson, who is the defending champion, have automatic qualification already to the Diamond League final. It will be happening in United States of America, that is Oregon precisely, where Amuson made record in 2022. So for S.A. Brume, he's actually looking for points to appear in that final. Good one. If she can actually do well in the Xiamen China Diamond League, well, she is going to get some points. We know she finished fourth at the just concluded World Athletics Championship in Budapest, where she would have probably picked the bronze medal, but for the last jump of the other athletes actually pushed her to the fourth position. But now she's looking for all the points she can get in the world so that she can appear at the Diamond League final come later on this year. But for Toby Amuson, she already have the automatic qualification, and we heard that in the Zurich Diamond League, while Toby Amuson was not there, she probably asked the organizer to omit her name so that she can recover from that suspension and from everything she actually went through in the last few weeks. That is why her name, I said it on this show, because we needed to ask question why Toby Amuson's name was not on the list of the Zurich Diamond League. But now I think answer has been gotten to that. But for S.A. Brume, she's going to be flying the colors of Nigeria right there at the Xiamen China Diamond League meeting this weekend. Okay, let's leave S.A. Brume a long jump and talk some handball. This time around, it's not only football we'll talk on this show, we also talk about handball. Now, the HFN, that is the Handball Federation of Nigeria, has called up 18 players to camp that will be playing in the African Junior, that is the Under-18 Championship. And we know the that is the Under-19 Championship, which will be happening in Monastir, that is in Tunisia, from the 16th, that is later this month, that is 16th to the 23rd of this month, September 2023. We have and the bulk of players that made these 18 players are the players that just came back from the IHF Trophy African Zone 3 phase in Ghana, where they won all their matches without losing any match, without even losing a point. And then this time around, they are part of the bulk of the team, bulk of the 18 players that made it to the camp. The camp resumed, that is on Wednesday, and we have the likes of Esther Matthew, that is the captain of the side. We have Baba Tunde, that is Babam Tunde from the Seasider Babes. Actually, they are twins. We have Precious Samuel. We have the likes of Prudence Onyinye Chuku Samuel, and then we have Bello Rahima of Rima Queens of Sokoto. We have the likes of Vera John of Bayelsa Queens, and then we have Damilola Akilande of Delta Force. These are some of the players that were invited to the camp, and like I said, bulk of the players that are in camp are those ones that just did very well at the IHF Zone 3 IHF Championship that happened in Ghana. We have a lot of players, so it's a good one that these players from the just concluded IHF Championship that happened in Ghana made this team. Because why is it a good one? They just came back from a tournament. That understanding is there. Nigeria used to be a powerhouse when it comes to handball in the 80s, 90s, early 2000, and from late 2000, Nigeria actually dwindled. We went into oblivion when it comes to handball, but thank God that Sam Ocheho, a former player himself, understand what handball is all about. When he came in as the president of that federation, he actually revamped it and turned it around, and right now we are doing well when it comes to handball. And the beauty of this under-18 African Championship is that if we actually win it, we will be representing the continent in the World Championship. The last time Nigeria participated in this particular event was in 2000 in its inaugural edition. So 2000 to 2023, that is quite a number of years. If you know your maths very well, you can do the calculation and know the number of years that Nigeria has not participated in the under-18 African Handball Championship. But this time around, we are making a return, and the coach of the side is Shitu Adewumi Agbola, who is also a very good coach who understands handball very, very well. He actually coached these guys. He understands the team, so it's a good one that he's going to be leading this team to the African Handball Championship happening in Monastir. That will happen in Monastir later in the just few weeks from now in Tunisia. So let's see how they are going to do well in the championship, and our prayers, our hearts, our support is with the team when they eventually land in Tunisia for the championship proper. But calling them to camp right now is a good one, and why I love it is because the team is just coming back from a championship going into the camp, so it's going to give them a lot of understanding. It's going to give them fitness, strong, better to do well in the championship. Okay, let's leave handball and talk NPFL. Now, the NPFL will be kicking off September 9th. That is the kickoff date, with a lot of mouth-watering fixtures. But now we're going to talk about the administrative side, where the club owners are actually tax organizers. That is where Elegbeleye is heading on a takeoff grant. The winner of the league will go home with 100 million naira. But now, this shouldn't be an issue. This shouldn't be something that the club owners will be telling NPFL organizers about, because it happens everywhere, every league of the world, even in Africa. When you are starting up a league, there is a certain amount of money that is given to the club. So the takeoff grant shouldn't be something that the club owners will be talking about right now. The NPFL organizers, led by NPFL organizers, head by Honorable Elegbeleye, they should know what to do. They should give this club some money for logistics or for the season. So a lot of travels. Now it's not the average league where we are going to have. We are going to have the regular season. That is the 20 league standing, 38 matches. They will be playing weekend, home and away basis. So it shouldn't be something that the club owners will be taxing the NPFL organizer for their takeoff grant. Is unheard of. Where can you, let's assume now all the clubs in EPL are now asking for the EPL organizer, that is the English Premier League, for their takeoff grant. It sounds absurd. We shouldn't be having this kind of issue in our league, in our country. So the NPFL organizers should do well to get these teams, the various teams, the 20 teams, the likes of Rangers International, Enyiba, Alfaba, Bendel Insurance, Remo Stars, Plateau United, Kano Pillars making a return. All of them should be given their takeoff grant instead of the club, as in the league organizers, waiting for club owners to remind them or to ask them of their takeoff grant. Okay, let's leave NPFL club and talk about some transfers. Now we'll start with Leonardo Bonucci 36-year-old Leonardo Bonucci is on the radar of Enoh Berlin, and Enoh Berlin is actually keen to snap up this guy. Enoh Berlin are doing everything within their power. Enoh Berlin is a team in Germany, and we also they will be playing in the Champions League, so they are looking for those who have the Champions experience to get them to their side. And now they have beamed their searchlight on Leonardo Bonucci of Juventus of Italy, and now probably himself also pushing to make that move. He's 36 years of age. He also want to be like Buffon, Edwin van der Sar, and then Cristiano Ronaldo, who are playing at the latter stages of their career. That is who Leonardo Bonucci want to be. Also want to be like Paolo Maldini, a teammate in the national team. That is Paolo Maldini of Italy back then, a left footer who played for AC Milan. He played until the age of 39-40 before he actually called it a quit. The likes of Gianluigi Buffon also. This longevity is always seen with the Italians. We also know that Andrea Pirlo played till 38 before he retired. So the Italians have this longevity, and that is why we are seeing Leonardo Bonucci at the age of 36 is actually pushing for a deal to go to Germany. And if it goes through, he will be playing in the Champions League. We know Juventus is not in the Champions League, but if he goes to Union Berlin, he's going to get the Champions League playing time. And you know, every player wants to play in the Champions League, because why? It is the biggest league in Europe. It is the biggest league of the world. Now, when it is Champions League, you know that champions are playing, and when champions are playing, the grass suffer. Okay, let's quickly take this last one on the show. Like the money is flying around. They have it. They can beat their hand on their chest and tell you, what do you want? We will give it to you. Now, Al Ittihad Club of Saudi Arabia is ready to pay 150 million pounds. That is a record fee for the Middle East. 150 million pounds for Mohamed Salah of Liverpool, and they are actually pushing through to see if they can wrap up this deal before the end of transfers tonight. We have few hours to the end of transfer. Some late deals can still happening up until late night, and we know when these deals are happening, you are bound of actually seeing surprise move from one team to the other, and it's looking good because every team wants to do a very what we call hurry and buy syndrome right now. It is what we are going to be seeing. But for Al Ittihad, they are ready to pay 150 million pounds for Mo Salah to become their player. 150 million pounds is a whooping sum of money, and the Saudi Arabians, they have this money to throw around. They have a lot of it to spend, and when it comes to spending, they are not afraid. We have seen the likes of Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Neymar going to that league, Marco Verratti. We also see a coach in person of Steven Gerrard going to that league. Castro, a lot of big names, big moves going to the Saudi league, and they want to make their league very interesting and then enticing, and that is why they are coming to Europe to pick some of these big stars. After you have played in Europe, what do you want? We have the money to give to you. We also make you a very big and superstar when you come to the Middle East. That is what the Saudis are doing to players in Europe. Good one coming in from that area. But for Mo Salah, if he actually makes this move, it's going to be a record fee for the Middle East. 150 million pounds with a lot of goodies behind it. You know, Liverpool might be tempted to accept this money, but Georgian club has said no. Mo Salah is going nowhere. He's a key player for Liverpool, for my team, and they've started the season well in the EPL. Well, let's see if he will be tempted with this kind of money to go to the Middle East. We know when it comes to the Middle East, they are not afraid to spend the money. Like I said, the likes of CR7, Sadio Mane, Steven Gerrard. We've seen a lot of players, Brozovic of Inter Milan, playing in Al-Nassr with Mane and Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen a lot of big players from Europe have made their way to the Middle East to join up in the action. Okay, as it stands right now, that is where we'll call it a day on the show Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks for watching.